Hi, welcome back to me being a 12-year-old. Hi, hello. So this week we are finishing the Farseer Trilogy with the third book in that series, The Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. So this book was originally from somebody's library. Can you even read that? I don't know. And then literally I was like, oh, is this stolen from somebody's library? It literally says on the page in here, it says this is no longer property of the library. Also, I tried to peel off like all of this crap that's on this. Turns out that this, I don't know if you can see this back here, this was originally flat, so but I tried to peel this, and guess what? The spine started to come off. Yay! Also, this last week I struggled to finish the second book in the series, which was 600 something. This is 757. And you also know what I'm doing? I'm starting Heartless by Marissa Meyer. I have read the Lunar Chronicles by her. I was trying to think of the name. And then the Renegades trilogy. I don't know what that trilogy is called, but that is like one of my favorite YA trilogies that I've ever read. If you need a recommendation for like a YA, like superhero, fantastic trilogy, personally, I think it's some of her best writing. Personally, I've read her other books. I've liked them. I have heard so many good things about Heartless. It's another fairy tale retelling. It's think of Alice in Wonderland, the Queen of Hearts, and kind of all of the characters that are from that story. Like you have Cheshire the cat, you have the rabbit. I forget his name, but then you have all of these other characters, and I know the love stories between her and a Joker in the court, and just got introduced to that Joker. That's 430 something. And last time I tried to read a book that was 480 pages, it didn't. It may have took me like 2 weeks, 3 weeks to read it, but I've already read 40 pages, 42 pages into Heartless. It has very short chapters, so I know about the world and I already love it. So going into it with a retelling of it with a twist to it and getting a different perspective of the Queen of Hearts, probably gonna love it. Anyways, back to the 757 page book. Everything has changed in this, and I'm probably not going to like this very much. The setting is different, the character is different, the relationships are completely different. There's only one character that remains a constant from the other book, and I will say that has become one of my favorite characters because it's the type of character that cuts in with humor or doesn't fully understand stuff, so it's funny because it's like their take on it. Classic sidekick stuff. And it just is the only humor, and it's been very sad and depressing, and I don't I don't love the plot of this book. It makes me so sad because I loved the first two books. And of course, I was really angry with the way that the second book ended, but I was expecting for like not the way that this is going, where he's now kind of on his own. I was not expecting that, and I do not love that type of storyline because I'm a characters gal, and I love all of the characters that Robin Hobb has written. Well, not all of them. But she has really good relationships and characters, and I love watching those characters interact. And it's all now just crumbled away, and I have nothing to like grip onto anymore because, listen, the world or environment can be bad, the plot can be bad, but if the characters are really good, I'm gonna stick around because I don't know, relationships for some reason between characters matter so much to me. But now that there's like only one relationship still happening, Robin Hobb, when I catch you, this poor man has not been left alone his entire life. He needs a break. Anyways, see you tomorrow, I guess. Bye bye. Hello, welcome back. I know I have the exact same hairstyle, but it is Wednesday. I didn't film at all yesterday. I don't really know because it says it's the third book what to really update on, but I will say I was looking for Fitz age in the order of the books, and there were some suggestions of stuff that may or may not have spoiled it, and then I looked up fan art, but that was I think before that, and there's some slight spoilers, but it's for like later books, not within the Farseer Trilogy, but within the universe. Heartless read to page 88. I truly don't know what to update you on, like as of right now. As of right now, in Assassin's Quest, yeah, Assassin's Quest, I'm on page 300. Yeah, I'm on page 298, which is chapter 15, Kettle. It's a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I thought that it was going to be a very like dull travel story. A lot has happened, and a lot that I haven't really had time to unpack. She just like it hits you with one thing and then moves on to the next. It's so
discombobulated.
there's some character relationships that have changed, and I'm kind of questioning whether or not those are actually going to happen because of the spoilers that I saw. I'm guessing there are things that are going to change in this because of stuff that was in later books. I will say, I usually start reading at like 2, and I can usually get 100 pages down maybe within like 3-ish hours. Tell me why the other day when I was reading 100 pages, it took me till like 6. I feel like I'm not going through this book as fast as I was the second. Like, at the second, I was just kind of flying through it. Like, I really enjoyed it. I had a really good time. This one is a lot more, like, heavy. It's also dealing with, a lot more moral issues and a lot heavier kind of topics of what it is to be human, I guess. And him kind of discovering, is he this with the way he sees other people, which I love the trope of, he sees other people being horrible and kind of is like, well, they're the reason I killed them is because it was their fault, and then it was him kind of realizing that like I maybe didn't have to do that. I love that trope because it's them actually taking responsibility, and I love that because yes, it does make the character more dark, which Fitz already is. I saw fan art of him and I absolutely adore him. He does not look like how he does on this cover. This is a blonde man. That is not what he looks like. But we do have a dragon on the cover, and I was so confused because there's never been a mention of dragons in the first 2 books, but apparently now there is. Anyways, yeah, I spoiled some stuff for myself, but it was stuff that I'm actually looking forward to, and it wasn't that much of a spoiler. It was just kind of like, hey, these 2 characters are together, and I'm like, oh, I read a thing on Robin Hobb's wiki when I was looking up the orders of the books that said that she changed her pen name to was it androgynous or ambiguous name, so that people were like, oh, is this a female author or not? These were written in the 90s. That makes me so sad. Anyways, I'm gonna go make myself look less like a 12-year-old and maybe read some more. See you tomorrow. I keep wearing the same hairstyle. Actually, hold on. Alright, so I read like 3 pages of Heartless. I can say that with the fantasy book, this was a bad choice to read this week. I should have gone with my gut and read a murder bot book. But you know what? I'm stupid and decided not to do that. It's kind of explaining how she becomes the Queen of Hearts. It has forbidden romance in it, or at least as far as I know. Anyways, I am now on page 398, which is chapter 21, Confrontations. This video is gonna go until Sunday. I'm going to try and read 150 tomorrow and Saturday because there's no football games tomorrow, and then I'm doing nothing on Saturday. So I'm just gonna try and read 150 pages. But a lot of quest books are tend to be like after you've had this community and stuff and they're kind of having to go on their own. I usually don't like that because I'm very much a found family gal. I love found family in every single way, and this series has a ton of that. Well, technically kind of have to be his family. So for him to go on a quest by himself, I thought it was just going to be very boring. But it proves to be a lot more interesting, and we kind of get to watch him throughout this entire series growing up. We get to see him from the age of 6 until now, which I think he's 18, 19, 18. Again, I was looking up stuff, and then because I was curious what his age was because there was talk of like a 17-year-old girl and a 14-year-old girl. By the way, that was weird to me that he was like, "You're pretty." Maybe it wasn't inflected in that way, and I'm just dumb and read it that way. But I was like, "What age is this man?" Because this feels gross. It's technically still a teenager, but still weird. We get to watch him basically kind of master the powers that he has, and also he's not getting a break in this book at all. He just keeps getting hit after hit after hit. I'm very excited because I do like dragons, and so with this prospect of having dragons in this book, love it. I also love animal companions because they're always like either the relief or they're the ones that save everybody all the time. It also explores kind of the way that things are differently accepted in this world, because the way that skill is accepted as like this good thing and wit is seen as this really horrible bad thing. It's very interesting, and I like it, and it's the way that different people react to it. I also just love watching him, like, because everybody thinks that he's this like big bad evil and that he like can kill like 20 people with like just his thoughts, and then you cut to him being like stuck in handcuffs, just like trying to plan out how to do it or getting saved by something else. There are moments where he outthinks people, and it's, you know, cool to see, but majority of the time it's luck. There are some parts that kind of are slow and lagging, but it's I can also tell how it's necessary to the story. There's so many different things that are introduced in this book. Each book has something that's introduced and like is absolutely insane because of it. I love each time that it happens, but this one is just like back to back. Like, I feel like this is kind of the book of like the first two books did okay. Now she can do all of the crazy stuff she's been wanting to do. We are getting into kind of a chosen one trope a little bit, and I will say some chosen ones tropes are bad. This one so far seems really good, and that's because he doesn't want to be the chosen one, and I love that so much. Just me personally, I thought that this was gonna go like very much one way. Again, she keeps doing this and I keep saying it, but it just goes the complete opposite way of what I was thinking was gonna happen. Alright, see you tomorrow, idiots. Oh, I hate that this is going into Sunday again. Hello, how are you? It's Saturday. I didn't film at all yesterday. I'm really sorry about this, but I just kind of lost motivation to really do anything this week. I mean, the first kind of update, I'm on page 102 of Heartless. Absolutely not gonna finish that this week. So sorry about that. Update number 2, I'm on page 680 of Assassin's Quest by Hobb. I have 95 pages left for tomorrow, and as much as I hate having to go into Sundays, because Sundays are my editing days, so I will be editing this on the same day that I filmed the last update. You know, don't really like doing that, but it is 775 pages, and I just have had here and there, like, it's been touch and go motivation to actually read anything. which really sucks because this is a really good book. It definitely went in the direction that I was not expecting at all. So far, I can say that this is a lot better than I thought like a journeying book would be, because again, when the entire environment and the characters completely change, it's just I don't like it usually, and this did a very good job of keeping the adventure. There might be a little bit too much action at some points, like it feels like this character is getting kind of bombarded by the amount of stuff that's being thrown at them. I feel like everything bad that could happen is happening to Fitz, and maybe that's the point, that like, because of who he is and what he can do, that all these bad things are happening, or that he has to go through this to make you hate the character that I already hate. I don't really need even more proving for that. We learned a lot more about skilling since the last time. Like a lot more. Apparently there's teleportation in this, which, wow. Also, we are getting to the part of dragons in this book, and it's very interesting the way that it's not written about, but kind of like, yeah, I guess described, or like what they are in this world. It's very insane. It's not at all what I'm used to dragons kind of being, and I was expecting something incredibly different when we kind of discovered them in this book. I've had a lot of fun reading this. I also got spoilers for later books in the series, and now that I know some of those spoilers, it makes me very interested in the other books, and also know that certain characters aren't going to meet a horrible fate in this, and that maybe some are. I don't know how much craziness is going to happen in the last 95 pages, but there's still kind of a lot to conclude. So I will hold off all of my ratings and judgment until I finish it tomorrow, which will be very interesting. I'm very proud of myself because I read 150, over like 2 pages over 150 yesterday, and then I read 130 pages. And I like, when I tell you that my head hurts, I'm telling you the truth. Now, does that mean that I should have stopped reading, or that it's unhealthy? Probably, but am I going to stop doing it? No, I'm not going to stop doing it. Yeah, I'm really sorry that this is kind of lackluster. I have ideas that I want to do for next week, and it's already so late in this vlog that's kind of hard to change what I want to for next week, so hopefully next week it'll be better. Yeah, sorry. I don't know how to feel about half of this stuff. My hair is crazy. Bye. See you tomorrow.